I'm on the road today. I'm going to Knoxville to see a friend. Game 162. This is going to be fun. Be listening on the radio, of course, on my way there. And we got the Cubs and the Brewers duking it out for the Central. We got the Rockies and Dodgers trying to win the NL West. So let's talk a little bit about the teams a little. So the Brewers, I think Christian Yelich is going to win the MVP now. And I also think that their team reminds me a little bit of what the Royals were. I mean, obviously they've got Lorenzo Cain on the team, but they look like an up-and-coming team. I really think that going forward, the Cubs are going to have to contend with the Brewers for a while. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see who wins that division going forward each year. For this year, I think it's going to come down to the Cubs' experience trumping the Brewers' experience. The Brewers were close last year, but I really think this is just a matter of they need one more year to pull it off and win the division. I think the Cubs, I think they're that team right now. I mean, obviously they've won a World Series recently. They've got all this talent. I just think they're going to win the division somehow. But having said that, I think that it's going to come down to a play-in game tomorrow. I think the number one seed and the Central will come down to a play-in game tomorrow. I think both teams will win today. I think the Cubs and the Brewers will finish with 95 wins, and we're going to go to a playoff. And I expect that game to be really, really good. And just to think about, like, you could go from being the number one seed to being hosting the wild card game at the same time and having no home field is pretty crazy. But with the National League West, I think that it's going to be over today, and I think the Dodgers are going to win out. I think experience helps with the Dodgers here. And the Rockies, I just can't trust their pitching. I really think that they will lose to the Nationals today. I think they're going to find a way to blow it at home. They shouldn't lose the game, but I think they will, and I think the Dodgers playing a Giants team that is all but quit, I think that the Dodgers are going to take it today. I think we're going to get one play-in game tomorrow, and it'll be for the NL Central and the number one seed in the league. Meanwhile, the Braves are just sitting back letting the chaos ensue. I'm telling you, that might bode well for the Braves in the playoffs because of what is going on in those two divisions, that each team having to duke it out for so long. And especially if there's play-in games tomorrow. Like, think about it this way. They're going to be sending out their top guys, trying to avoid the wild card game. And what is that going to do for the Braves? That's going to be great because now we won't have to face the ace of the team that we're going to play in the division series right off the bat. So I think that's a good sign for the Braves that these two divisions have not been wrapped up yet. I think now, I wouldn't say you're going to favor the Braves here, but you got to think, like, this helps more than it hurts. I don't think an extra game is going to benefit any team that has to keep going and duking it out for the division versus the Braves, who have clinched a week ahead of time. So, to recap my predictions for today, which should be this should be a fun 2 days. I think we're going to get a game 163. It'll be for the NL Central and the number one seed. And then also, tomorrow, we won't have to worry about an NL West play-in game because the West will be won today by the Dodgers. So that's my predictions. And then for the playoffs, let's just start with the wild card game predictions. So that would mean that the Rockies are going to play the Brewers, and I expect the Brewers to. I think the Brewers are going to kick their ass. Honestly, I really do. I hate to say it about the Rockies. I know they're a hot team. Their pitching has just always been so bad. Like, I don't know how they can survive against a Brewers team that just looks so good right now. And for the other side, I mean, the Yankees are going to host. They've historically owned the A's. I know the A's have the best record in baseball since the All-Star break, or in the second half, and I can't pick the A's because it's the fucking Yankees. They've won 100 games. There's no way. The A's will not win that game. It'll be another loss for Billy Beane and crew. I hate it because I want the A's to win, but when the Yankees win that game on Wednesday or Tuesday, I can't remember which one's first, then they'll play the Red Sox, and I will sadly be rooting hardcore for the Yankees to win that series. I really will. But I'll save the rest of my predictions for after today and after today's events and all the wild card games that are going to be happening and the play-in games that will potentially be happening tomorrow. And I'll sign off with that, and happy Sunday.